Today we're going to be talking about the dissection and analysis of a computer mouse. The mouse is a very important factor to the computer. With it being a graphical user interface, it allows you to select anything on your screen or monitor. The idea was conceived by Douglas Engelbart in 1961 and was later used in 1973 for its first time. It was created so that the user could navigate the computer with ease using a cursor. The idea was not well manufactured at first and did not come back until Apple released their Lisa computer. Originally, the mouse was attached by cord to the computer for connection and use, but now with new technology and development, it has been able to connect via Bluetooth or on laptops, have a mouse pad built in.
So this is our apparatus. We were deconstructing a consumer USB optical mouse. It's just a simple mouse. It's made by Logitech. It's called the MBD69. The mouse is from approximately the year 2000, as it's the only info I could really find on it. The tools we used were a number 0 Phillips screwdriver used to remove the screw holding the cover, small plastic pry tool, and then our hands. Procedures. So step one, start with removing one Phillips screw located on the bottom of the assembly. There it is right there. Next is detach the upper plastic cover from the bottom assembly. Number 3 is remove the scroll wheel. As you can see, there's the assembly of the scroll wheels there. Step 4, remove the spring that keeps the scroll wheel oriented by sliding it off the scroll wheel. There's the spring and scroll wheel. Step 5, remove connector connecting USB cable to the main board of the mouse. Next, step 6, once cables are removed and fished out of the housing, main board will also be free. Once the cables are removed, the main board will just come right out. There's no screws. Step 7, lifting the main board reveals the lens cover, which can be lifted up and removed. It is held in by the main board over it. The scroll wheel can be further disassembled by sliding the scroll wheel free from its assembly, just taking it off right there. Step 9, remove the spring that locks the scroll wheel rotation. That's the spring. It interacts with a notch inside the scroll wheel. And then just reverse the steps for reassembly of it. You're done.
So this is basically a full decomposition chart involving all the components and materials that were disassembled. Started off with the full computer mouse and ended up with taking out the lens cover as the last piece. So the computer mouse is basically useful to control the cursor that is visible on the computer screen. It's also useful basically to allow the user to perform certain operational tasks on the computer. And it's basically able to command really quickly and efficiently, just overall navigate throughout the computer really easily. There are 4 major components that are involved in the mouse. The buttons, which are the primary and secondary button. Primary button is used to select objects, secondary button to call up certain actions. The scroll wheel used to scroll up and down, the USB cord that is attached to the mouse itself and then attached to the computer's USB port basically helps transmit data, and the optical sensor or LED light that helps detect movement. So we were able to better design, basically better design the buttons of the mouse. So the button consists of 2 buttons that are separated between the right, and left. So we wanted to design in a way where there's no visible separation between the right button and the left button. Remove the USB cord, so essentially be able to connect the mouse to the computer by Bluetooth and help transmit data from there. And remove the scroll wheel, basically to add a touch support or a touchpad to help navigate throughout the computer. So in conclusion, we have learned how to disassemble and assemble back a optical computer mouse, basically understand in detail the various parts and materials required for the mouse to perform its function, and basically how we can make the product better in design and so it can better function and perform.